everyone, I'm Gina Ryan, Director of Hardin County Educational and Community Television, and we're here today in beautiful downtown Rineyville. Now you may think, well, where is Rineyville located? Well, Rineyville is kind of to the west part of the Hardin County drawing. Rineyville sits between Elizabethtown and Vine Grove. When you look at our map, it's a small community, just maybe be in the low 1,000s. Of course, with all the things that will be coming to Glendale soon, we know that this will be an area that will definitely be expanding in the next few years. I've got a young student working with me today. Her name is Brooke Buell. She is a freshman at Central Hardin High School, and this is her first event beyond the van. So thank her for working the camera for us today. And we're going to bring this to you because Rineyville is another one of those what we call small town communities in Kentucky. And I am born and raised in Rineyville, only living a few years when my husband and I first got married in Radcliffe, but I came back to Rineyville. Today they celebrate their homecoming parade, and they have a number of activities going on up at the Rineyville ballpark, and it's a community park, and a number of the vendors today help support that community effort. Earlier this morning there was a pancake breakfast, and now we'll have the parade, and following the parade there'll be a number of bounce houses and activities for kids of all ages to have fun with. A lot of crafters will be set up, so you bring your money so you can buy some neat things that homemade. In addition to that, they will have music all day long today up at Rineyville, and the musicians will be sitting on the back of a wagon. When you're from a small town, you might be familiar with the term, we're going to go on a hayride. Well, a hayride is when you have bales of hay sitting on the back of a wagon that's being usually pulled by a tractor. Anyway, this is a farming community, so I'm sure you'll see that stage, which is that item that a tractor will pull. Then tonight, everything will be wrapped up with a wonderful fireworks show. And we usually have a disc jockey there throughout the day, so you'd have all kinds of fun. And the weather is absolutely perfect. It's probably in the low 70s, a little bit of a breeze. So come on out, support Rineyville, support the community, get to meet some of your neighbors. And we hope you have a great time this year watching the homecoming parade of Rineyville. Welcome to the parade, and we've gotten started here. We've got the JROTC unit, and that may be from one of our post units there. And we've got Brooke on camera, so Brooke, as I'm talking about the things, you'll try to keep those in your shot, okay? So listen to me, and then you're gonna keep following the color guard there. You got it? I'm gonna unlock your tilt. That's what we got. All right, and so we've got the color guard. Of course, Rineyville is located really close to Fort Knox, so we've got a lot of military families that live here and military that's retired to this area. Now we go back and we've got some parade flag bearers. They look rather small, but they probably attend Rineyville Elementary School, and they're carrying our homecoming day parade. Now following the banner, we've got the old style police car. Can you see okay? And that's from like the Andy Griffith show. And that is John Ward, Sheriff John Ward's in that vehicle. That's his ride as he goes around to all the various parades and such. So we want to say hi to John Ward. Doing great. He's our sheriff. And then coming after Sheriff Ward is our Grand Marshal from the Fort Knox community. I mentioned Fort Knox. He is in an original Patton era Jeep, and that's a pretty sweet ride. So today we have with us Command Sergeant Major Sherman Waters and Mrs. Akeisha Waters. I don't see his lovely wife. She might be in the other there. And another Jeep coming from Patton Museum. And now we've got one of the later model, what we call Humvees. And that probably is still in operation right now. But those other vehicles, they're more collector's items and such. But again, a lot of military in the Rineyville, Radcliffe, Elizabethtown areas. Now we have the Veterans of Foreign Wars group. They march in all of our parades. Unfortunately, we have so many individuals that served in Vietnam that didn't make it home, and they could possibly be missing in action. They're POWs, and we honor their service and not being able to come home. Now we have the Grand Marshal this year, Rineyville Day Parade. That's that hayride I was talking about. So, the person on the golf cart there, that is Floyd Prather. Got him there, he's our Grand Marshal. Following Floyd Prather is our fire dog, Spot. And you may not hear me above the sirens, so I'm going to talk a little bit about them. We have one of the best fire departments. It is all volunteer in Rineyville. You see the whole thing? Okay, and they put so much time and talent, and we really appreciate their service. Truly professional in everything that they do. So like I said, they are a volunteer fire department only. They do get a small stipend sometimes, but they're literally dedicated to the safety of our community. And we also come to help those other communities with us. Vine Grove, Radcliffe, Elizabethtown, Cecilia, Glendale, Sonora, Upton. We all work together to keep everybody safe. And that was Brooke's dad walking across in front of us, grabbing some candy here. And that's okay. This parade here, you could literally fill up a Halloween bag. All right, so we got the Vine Grove Fire Department on hand today, and Flaherty Fire Department. And Brooke, you said you've got some family over in that Meade County area there, right? From Flaherty and such? Oh, gotcha. All right, and now we have an older model, and that older model fire truck was originally used in Vine Grove and was still operational for a long time, all right? And that's been renovated. Now we have another hayride of kiddos coming up. I mentioned that hayride. So it's a wagon with a tractor and hay bales. And it looks like here this is a group from Rineyville, probably the soccer league. So the Rineyville Optimist Club Soccer League. I see those brightly colored socks and the checkered shirts and things. So we've got some of those teams and coaches. So got the pink and the blue. I think I would do the pink myself, even though I am a North Hardin graduate, but that's really more Central Hardin colors, but that's okay. All right, so the Optimist Club in Rineyville is really, really active. They raise a lot of money, and every year they hold a rodeo that is phenomenal, and that is always done at the Hardin County Fairgrounds. And it is always the first Friday and Saturday, the month of August. So mark that calendar. This rodeo has everything that you think you're going to see, and even things you don't know. And of course, our small town partner, Cecilia Bank. Hi, everybody. You know, Cecilia Bank was outside of where we're standing now, which was a grocery store when I was younger, and a food mart, gas station. The post office came first, and then Cecilia Bank. So they have been here for over 50 years. And of course, Cecilia Bank is over 100 years old, family owned and operated, and truly a community bank. And they're in a number of cities and now even other counties in our area. They have branches in Meade County, branches in Nelson, Bullitt County. So they are just reaching out. And that's really important when you like that hometown feel. You want to know who your banker is. All right, and they're handing out candy and tossing. Awesome. Oh, I missed it. Sorry, Brooke. There's your. So we got their armored truck. This is the Cecilia Bank armored truck. Of course, one of Rineyville's legends, Bob Owsley, is graduated from Rineyville High School back in the 40s and 50s. He went to school there. It's a time when Rineyville High School had a very, very talented basketball team. And actually, they almost won region a couple of years in a row. which they didn't get to go to state, but still a real talented group. You may have heard the train coming through the area. Rineyville was a stop on the train back in the 20s and 30s, and even up to the 50s. Passengers could get on and off the various trains in Hardin County and ride the train for about 50 cents. That's a lot of money though back there, so it was still an expensive prospect. We got one of our area churches, Antioch Baptist Church, and they've got some of their youngsters there where Jesus Christ is Lord. And because of the train, it's kind of pushed the parade back a little bit, but that's okay. As you can see, we've got a number of people lining the streets here of Rineyville. Got a lot of hometown heroes too, people that have really put a lot of their blood, sweat, and tears making this community the community that it is. And as I mentioned, a number of farmers and a number of business owners out in this area too. So it's going to be one of growth, because with the new businesses coming to the Glendale area with Blue Oval, we know about 20,000 new residents will be coming to Hardin County alone. And so that will put more students in our schools, more people working, and a number of new businesses. Some of those have already started. Okay, so this is Hope Academy for Kids, which is a learning center, and nurtured children for a stronger community. Now we have the COSAIR's nonprofit group, and of course they raise money for the COSAIR's hospital in Louisville, where those children with childhood cancers, any disease, they raise money for that organization, and so those parents don't have to pay, and that is such a good cause. So when you see these young men with their fez caps on and everything, make sure you donate, and donate big and things. They also have these little cars that they take around to some parades. So we like the COSAIR Rice Shrine Club. Now we have Daniel Cameron, who is running. He's the Republican candidate for the governor of the state of Kentucky. Daniel is a graduate of John Hardin High School, and they've of course been in all the parades and things around our community and such. All right. Now we have some fancy cars and trucks. I am not good with make and models. I can see this is a Ford, and I can see that State Senator Matt Deneen is in that truck with his dad. That's his dad's truck. And so Senator Matt Deneen, and Matt's dad served valiantly in Vietnam, and appreciate his service. Coming up behind Senator Matt Deneen is our new judge executive, Keith Tall, and he's been out and about to all the community parades and such. You may see Judge Tall when HCEC-TV covers the fiscal court meetings, and those meetings are now 3:30 the first time of the month and 5:30 the second time. Then we have Brian Smith, who is our Hardin County clerk, and Brian has been into our studio a number of times recently to talk about voting and how we keep it. Love you guys. Y'all have a great day. All right. And Brian was in talking about the upcoming election in November. Of course, that would be this first Tuesday of November. And a number of candidates are on the ballot this year. So get out and vote. Okay. So this is Kentucky Rush Hardin U13 soccer team. So we got some soccer players there. And we have some great soccer teams in this area. This week we begin the district tournament for both the boys and the girls. The boys district soccer tournament will be held on post at Fort Knox High School, and the girls soccer district will be held at Central Hardin High School. So get out and support those students. Right now, Central Hardin girls, they have the top seed in the girls division, so they will play the second game. The winner of the John Hardin Fort Knox game will take on Central Hardin in the second game. Now we have the RWFF in Kentucky and Educate, Initiate, Activate. Oh, we got a big truck with big tires. Looks like it says Bodie and Sons Tree Service. You got that whole truck in your shot there, Brooke? Okay, I would need a 12-foot ladder to get in that truck. Down here in the front is my niece and my great nieces, Bradley and Carol Ray, my brother Billy. Bradley's dad passed away a number of years ago. We miss Billy every single day. And so left this world too soon, too soon. Okay, so now we've got another lawn tree service, it looks like. It says cheap tree work ain't good, but good tree work ain't cheap. That's probably a good statement. So this is Bodie & Sons Tree Services. And that's one of those things that if you ever have to dig a root out or augment out a root of a tree, oh my gosh. Yes, you can't do it by yourself. You definitely can't do it by yourself. Okay, we got another semi-truck coming up after that. A lot of kids on that wagon. That's the Rineyville Elementary School Rockets. Rineyville, when it was an elementary and high school during the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, they were the Rineyville Red Devils. And this is our Rineyville Elementary School with our principal, Stephanie Breeding, and all the wonderful teachers. Hi guys! Hi. Go Rockets! Woo! Woo! Okay, we have excellent school. Rineyville Elementary, great school, great community school too. So many parents, they have to do programs in their school 2 and 3 times in order to get all the parents in to see the programs. All right, so this is PlatinumServicesPro.com, and so it looks like they do a lot of work in the area, and they've got a group: plumbing, heating, sewer, septic. So another new business in the area. Girl Scouts of Kentucky. I was never a Girl Scout, but they do a lot of great things. I was in the 4-H side of events and things, but this is our school Girl Scout group. I'm not sure what their pack number is, but they're handing out candy to the ones on the sidelines. Like I mentioned, this is a candy-soaked parade, and some parades don't throw candy anymore. They're afraid that the kids will dart out and get hit by a car or something, but Rineyville still has that practice. Following this parade, we've got an upcoming parade in Glendale. It will be the 2nd Saturday of October. Actually, it's the 3rd Saturday. They moved it a while back, and if you love crafts, about 30,000 people, not from Glendale, descend on that area. It's one of those craft festivals that is juried, where they have people to pick the best and things like that. So, wonderful event, straight down 65. It's exit 89 to 86. And as you go down that area, you're going to see a lot of construction taking place on the right. Okay, this is another cool car. This is a Ford. Don't know the year. Brooke, does your dad know car models and things? I'd ask him a little bit about car models. Okay. We have a car show following the parade, and that has historically been sponsored by Gold City Towing, and they have sponsored that car show for as many years as I can remember. This here is, Rineyville has had a homecoming for decades. It was one of the earlier communities that had the small town festival, and that was really in the volunteer and hard work of the Wiseman family. Josephine Yates and Bobby Wiseman were good buddies, and their children kind of helped foster the idea behind this, the gears and such. All right, these are a lot of the cars and the trucks that will be in the car show later today. Usually the car show takes entries up until about 2 o'clock, 2:30. At the pre-show, I mentioned that there's also entertainment going on in Rineyville all day, and I'm going to upload this so you'll see it today on YouTube. But today is September 30th, and if you tune in early, come on out to Rineyville. They're going to have food vendors. They've got food trucks out there. They have the car show. They're going to have music entertainment, and then come dusk we have fireworks, and that's all free. Now the food you got to pay for, The vendors, yeah, you gotta pay for that too. But the fireworks are free, listening to good music, all that's free. And again, we want these individuals driving these sports cars, those car aficionados, I'm sorry, that's a pretty red truck, and that is a beautiful late 50s Chevrolet. Bright, beautiful yellow. That's a GTO, I believe. And another great car. And that looks like, I'm not sure who that is. That might be, yeah, old model wagon. And those was really popular when people would have 6 and 7 children. We don't have a lot of families with 6 and 7 children now, but that was a handy car to have. Okay, now, I do know this, a Ford Mustang, and it looks it's about probably a 66, 67. But beautiful. Candy apple red, which I love, and really, I would like riding in a Mustang or a Camaro. I'm kind of like those two are my vintage cars. I like those. Another one coming up there, that maroon is really pretty. Brooke, do any of your family or friends have old model, late model cars that they take real good care of and they show them in car shows or anything? No. Okay. Me neither.
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the cars they have.
Gotcha. This is a pretty maroon. Not sure why there was a big gap there. Could have been candy handouts or something along that line. All right, it's a 396 SS. Another pretty 1950 car. Beautiful. And that's a Bel Air. I love the two-tone paint. That's the way that they painted those cars back then too. That's probably true to not only the make and the model, but also the era of the times. That two-tone paint was popular. So as down in the distance there, we've got another maroon Chevy for my distance, but again, that may be wrong there. The Gears and the Taylors are still really helpers out of this event every year, put in a lot of volunteer hours. So I want you to come out and come on to Rineyville. September 30th is when this parade's taking place. It is around 12:30, but we'd love to see you here. All right, and they're tossing out candy. Beautiful car. And coming up behind us is an orange truck, and that is representing one of our hometown heroes that was killed in the line of duty as a soldier, First Lieutenant Eric Yates. And he was born in '84, died tragically in 2010, and we have a road named on his behalf in Rineyville. But he was killed during the war on terrorism. Another lovely Mustang, Ford Mustang now. That looks like a hardtop, but my older sister, her husband had a convertible, one of those. Another pretty 67 Mustang. That's what I heard another person say, 67 Mustang. That is okay. All right, another slick car. That's a Buick, beautiful. Revving those engines there. Old time, Model T type, okay? We got those that help us out. How are you all doing? Good seeing you. Former professional photographer in the area, did a lot of weddings in this area. Okay, now we have EC Construction, beautiful Chevrolet wagon. Tudor Thompson is driving that wagon, Tudor Thompson. Tudor, graduate of North Hardin High School back in the 70s. Went to school with my husband and my brother. Now we have the tractors. Rineyville has a huge tractor parade, a lot like Cecilia Days do. And so at the end of the parade, the tractors will all line up over at the ballpark, and kids just love it, because if you've never been on a tractor, you've never seen a tractor, it's pretty cool sitting on one. And because farming families use all of their children working the farm, children learn how to drive tractors very early. And so seeing a 7 and 8 year old with their dad or mom or an older sibling helping is pretty common. So this is the Pauley Farm in Kentucky, in Rineyville, Kentucky. And that's a John Deere 360, another John Deere 520. See, young man is driving that tractor. And notice the nice green and yellow paint. John Deere, that's their tractor colors, always. And once you have a tractor color, a tractor manufacturer, you don't change. So all John Deeres have that bright green, bright yellow as their standard colors, okay? Now that one I don't have a year on it, but that's an older model. That's a 720 there. And I can't read on the side who that tractor belongs to. But we have another John Deere coming up after it. Many of these tractors probably could still work the farm. No, they don't have air conditioning. No, they don't have GPS or a cell phone like the new tractors do, but they can still work. This is a 1953 Model 50. Now we have the bright orange tractors, and he's pulling. Well, that's a pretty fine hayride ride. Do you see that there, Brooke? They got like little car seats. That is a step up from the traditional hay wagon, okay? So a step up from that. Oh, that's an Alice Chalmers. Hello there. So he's giving hay rides today. Hay rides in style. That's a D110, and that is an Alice Chalmers. All right, coming up after that. Now this one that's coming up, it's not as brightly painted. You're getting to see the real paint, the real rust, which means it may be a work in progress, or they may want to leave it natural. And that tractor is probably from the 30s or the 40s, and it's got the little steam pipe on the front of it, on the top of it there. Now coming behind us is an International. And the International, those, when I was a child, if you had one of these, it was like that was the Taj Mahal of tractors. But the Internationals had the hooded wagon. This is a 1066, and it's red. International tractors are red in paint. Now coming up behind that is a Farmall. Farmall are older tractors. And this is the M type or designation. And again, it's great. This is a McCormick Farmall. I don't see the year on that one. This is another McCormick. The type of tractor you have in your family, you tend to stay that type of farming family. So if you farmed with Internationals, your sons and daughters did, and your grandsons and daughters did. This is another John Deere. This is a new model there, 6603. That one probably does have air conditioning, GPS, probably cell phone, which means they could watch a show while they're taking in or planting their crops. An old Oliver, it's a green, but notice it's green and white, not green and yellow like John Deere. It's a 1755. Not sure of the owner there. All right, coming after that's another Alice Chalmers, which is an orange tractor. Now that's an older one, but the couple on it are definitely young. Got a lot of young farming families in this area. It's a hard business to be in, but we need and we love our farmers. Okay, another John Deere 4430, and flag on the back of it. Okay, now we've got a white tractor. That's David Brown's. That's a Select-Matic 770. And another Oliver after it, a 2255. I haven't seen many of these Oliver tractors, so they may be coming back. It might be one of those models that's coming back. An older model John Deere, a 620. This is in memory of Tom Wiseman, and the Wisemans, like I said, were actually festival movers and shakers of this event. And we lost Tom in 2011. And the Wisemans are known for their burgoo. They make burgoo stew that's amazing. And if you come to Rineyville today, you got to get there early though, because it sells out fast. All right, another Farmall, and that's That's Charlie Hall from Rineyville, still a full-time farmer there. Coming up after that, oh, this is a nice ride too. It's got a little dump truck on the front, so this person probably helps with snow and ice removal and things like that in addition to farming. Okay, it's a 320R, and we got our hayride in the back there. Good time family, having a good time handing out candy. Another John Deere tractor following it, a 3020. You may not realize tractors are diesel. It helps a little bit with not being around gas fumes and such. Another John Deere, that's a 4020. And another tractor after that. This is also a John Deere 5055E. This is Peggy's tractor, loving minute of Peggy Lewis. And we have George T. Lewis here today. GT was my helper at Brandenburg Telecom when HCEC-TV started streaming live sports. Without Brandenburg Telecom, we wouldn't have been able to do it. And GT Lewis is one of my best buddies. He's got a 1956 John Deere there. That's his hobby. All right, another Alice Chalmers coming up. Why is Alice Chalmers? It's orange. So it's got a nickname, the General, on it there. And the person with that cap there. Now notice it's got that real long driving shaft there. That's unique to that year and model. All right, now this is a Silver King. Oh, a beautiful silver color. I'm not sure who that is on there, but I like the red wheels and the silver tones. Another silver and red tractor, and another. These are Fords. So, and tractors are for all genders, all ages, all the time. Now we got our four-wheelers, and this is a John Deere four-wheeler. And now we have a little bitty tractor. Notice he's got his little hay thing in the back. I don't know what that's called, Brooke. I am not a farmer, but that sure looks cute. Now coming up is another John Deere, and got probably a child there driving that. Young lady, she's keeping it in the middle of the road so nobody gets hit with those big tires. Okay, and one of the annual things that we would do is go on a hayride. My family, I'm part of Virgil and Mary Ray are my parents. They've since passed on. Miss them every single day. And my dad had 16 brothers and sisters, so the Rays. So we'd have a large family reunion, and then we'd take a hayride at the end of that day. So this is the Brangers Farms. They've got their kiddos helping in the back of that hay wagon there. Bill Pauley's Farms, Golden Leaf Farm in Rineyville. And got a lot of, like I said, farming is definitely the bedrock of Hardin County. And we appreciate them making all the delicious food for us. And we have our horses, our beautiful horses. And some of them are decorated so pretty. And they usually bring up the end. We got our resource dogs in the back there, beautiful dogs. And now we have the four-wheelers bringing the clothes of the parade up to us. The horses are usually the last thing of the parade because horses sometimes leave things on the road. So you have people that come, they try to take that up so it doesn't get real messy. Okay, another four-wheeler. How you doing?
Thank you.
Awesome, love you guys. And we got our Hardin County Sheriff, a number of our police officers, state troopers, sheriff. They live in Rineyville. It's a nice, quiet community, and of course they keep us safe. And we appreciate the Hardin County Sheriff's Department. We will see Carol and Bradley's family on down the road there. Have a wonderful fall, guys. It's September 30th. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's not too late to go over to Rineyville Ballpark. There's food trucks there, music all day long. We've got some fun softball games with olders playing youngers and that kind of thing. There's also an auction A lot of great gifts that you can bid on. A number of craft booths are available, and come nighttime, a wonderful fireworks show. It's usually in the 15 to 20 minute range. So it's definitely one to come to Rineyville to watch, and that's all free. So thank you again for joining us. I want to say goodbye to Brooke Buell, who's on the camera for me today. Have a wonderful fall.